This is Lori, and this is my homework for Paul McWhorter's Pico W course. This will probably cover lessons 59 and 60. Paul asked us to control the colors on a NeoPixel string using our joystick, and based on the angle at which we're pushing our joystick, that will pick a color off of the color wheel and will display that on the NeoPixel string. Okay, so this is the setup. You guys have seen I've used my NeoPixel ring many times, and I have it set up with the degrees of the circle here, and my joystick is connected up as well, powered up as well. So I gave it 5 volts here to drive that NeoPixel ring, and I just wanted you to see what I'm doing because it's a little bit different than using the string that we got in our kit. So that's the idea. And this program is going to, based on how I'm pushing the joystick, it's going to light up that the pixel that goes with that degree. And I showed that before in one of my homeworks. And now what it's going to do is it's going to color the NeoPixel with the color of the color wheel that goes with that degrees. Yeah, it's kind of putting together the HSV model and all that kind of stuff that we've been programming over the last several lessons. Now, the other thing I decided to do to make it a little more fun was we haven't been using the button switch on our joystick, but if you press down, and I think I told people this earlier in one of my homeworks, that you have a button there, button switch. So what will happen is you can push it around and get a different color. And if you like that color, if you press the button switch down, it will fill the ring with that color for about half a second, and then it'll come back and let you push and move it around, and maybe you'll fill it with another color based on where you press the button, what color was lit at that time. That's the color that'll fill the ring. All right, so I'm going to turn off that part so we can see the code just a little easier. And then when we demo it, we'll bring that back. Importing a lot of things. Got quite a bit going on, and I'm also using a little bit better NeoPixel library than the default one. Setting up my ring, setting up the joystick, and you can see I've also set up the button switch as well. So I have that plugged in here onto pin 12. I'm showing it to you, but you can't see it. But anyways, I have that plugged in. And then I'm going to use an interrupt function to handle the button click. So that allows us to kind of do that without, not without having to debounce, and making sure we catch button presses correctly. So I've used these in quite a few of my projects, and this is kind of how you set it up. So all that'll happen when we press a button is we'll come in and check and make sure that press is really a real button press and not just some random noise. And all this interrupt function is going to do is just return back to the main program that the interrupt flag is now 1 rather than 0. And, and then we'll use that to have something happen in our main code. And then we just initialize the interrupt request here with this piece of code, referring to the handler being the button handler function that we set up here for our button. And I've showed these before, my last homeworks, just my map range function, and then I had this angle function which picked the correct pixel to light, and then I've only just added in here, instead of just any color, it goes and uses my hue to RGB function, which we programmed several lessons ago, for that angle, and lights that on the NeoPixel ring. And then need to have that hue to RGB function in here as well. So I think that's all the functions that we need. Well, just a little more complicated, I guess. And then this is pretty similar to what I've had before. I saw, the lesson where Paul showed us the arctangent 2 function, which I wasn't aware of the first time. And he gave me some hints, but I was lazy. But at least I came back in here, and I did fix it up to use the arctangent 2 function this time. So it is a little simpler code now. And then it goes ahead and lights the pixel that goes with that angle after it goes through and does all the calculations. And then if the interrupt flag has been turned to 1, then it's going to go into this little if statement. It'll switch it back to 0. It'll fill up the ring with the current angle that we have, put that onto the ring, and then it'll kind of pause for a minute so we can appreciate the color, and then it'll come back out and start again. So that's what I put together. So let me turn my camera back on, make sure everything's in view, and let's run it and watch this. Okay, I turned the lights down. It's amazing how much my phone still deals with the darkness. It's actually fairly dark in here, but it doesn't look it. Both the webcam and they adjust to the darkness pretty well. So, anyways, I put also some of the Mylar film on there to see if that would help too. 'Cause the last couple recordings didn't come out too good. All right, so I'm going to be looking up here at the monitor, and we have it going here. And so right now it always reads 0 if you really haven't pushed. And it actually, but if we press the button now, we'll fill it with red. And you know, we can just use it here to move around the circle and change the colors. And so I think some of the colors are coming out. And then if we like a color, like maybe we like this this purple magenta color down here, we can fill it in. And so over here we'd have some more of the blues. So I think you can kind of see that. And maybe a yellow. Yeah, so that's my homework. Thanks for the great lesson, Paul, and thank you for watching.